Welcome back. My name is Erica, and this is episode 2 of my spring cleaning series. Today we are in my laundry room / pantry, and we need to get this space more organized and working to my advantage instead of working against me. So we're going to tackle these two spaces individually, starting in the laundry room. There are definitely some projects that I want to accomplish here that are just going to tidy up the space and make it run a little bit more efficiently for me. And then in terms of the pantry, I have tried to tackle this project many times, and I have some ideas to further optimize this space. We have really tall shelves, and so I want to take advantage of that and make it work for me instead of being this cluttered mess. I purposely did not tidy up so that you could see a really good before and after. And so I'm really excited to tackle this space. I spend a lot of time in here. It is an extension of our kitchen. And with a family of 4, we've got kids. So I'm doing a lot of laundry, and I'm always in the pantry, getting different ingredients and all of that fun stuff. So this is a really small space, but it's an important space for our family. So I want it to work for me. So we're gonna go ahead and start tackling some of these projects. So we're gonna start over here in the laundry area. Now, if you're new here, I did remake this whole space last year. I have a video, I will link it up in the cards. We transformed this space, made it look a little bit prettier and just, a space that I wanted to be in. Like I said, I spend a decent amount of time in here, so I wanted something pretty to look at, and so I think we achieved that. But you can see it's pretty messy. Now, there's not a ton of things to do over here. We've got the storage up above, and then we've got this cacophony, and so I want to go ahead and take care of that. I just want to, declutter and maybe get rid of a few things and really optimize the space as best I can. Again, we are renters, and so there's not a whole lot that I can do, nor do I want to do. I don't want to be putting in a lot of money into things that are not going to benefit me in the end. We do not own this space, so any improvements that I make, I want to be something that we can take with us eventually, or something really inexpensive that I don't care too much about. So a couple things we're going to do in here. Again, we're going to tackle the space up above. You can also see behind me, I've got this situation, and I've had a hard time figuring out where to put my laundry detergent and all of that to keep it organized, but also have it look good. So we're going to try to reconfigure a couple of things and, again, just make this space look nice. I do want to do some cleaning as well. We need to deep clean the washer and just tidy up. So we're going to go ahead and do that first. Now over here, it is a total disaster. As I said, I didn't do any cleaning before this video, and I have been putting a couple things here in preparation, but this is kind of how it looks a lot of the time. And I have done a few things to optimize space. I've added some crates that I actually was using for markets where I was selling my sewn goods and stuff. and I didn't have a place for them, and I thought they would be perfect in here. And they've really added some extra height, so I can, stack things, which has been nice, but it's still not where I want it to be. Now, I have gone down the rabbit hole of Facebook Marketplace because I just like looking on there, and I don't really buy anything, but I enjoy looking. Anyway, I've come across something called a Hoosier cabinet. Now, I have heard of these before. I didn't really know what they were, and I would love to have one someday, but here in this space, it's not really something we can do, especially something that I want. I found one that was gorgeous, way too big for any space that we have. So my thought was I would kind of like this to work like a Hoosier cabinet. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, it's basically a baking cabinet. So there were cabinets on top, and then there was a work surface, and a lot of them have like a flour sifter, or, there's different things, and they're different based on, what decade they were made in. But I want to take that concept and use it in here. Now, I don't have any plugins, so I can't have my mixer plugged in here or anything like that. But what I can do is kind of set it up as a workstation, especially this shelf right here. And I kind of do. I kind of already have it set up that way, but I want it to be better. So we're going to move some things around, and I want to have like my baked goods or my baked items, baking items, baking essentials, whatever you want to call them. I want to have them set up in a way that I can just come in here, bring my mixing bowl, and, do what I need to do, and then go out. And then the other shelving areas can be to hold like our canned goods and all of that stuff, because especially this top one up here is not utilized to its full capacity. I mean, it's probably a good 3 feet, maybe more, from the shelf to the ceiling. And I don't have that optimized at all. So anyway, we're kind of, again, in that mode of space optimization, organization. It's spring, so I want to be taking care of all of that. This has been something that's been on my mind for a while. It bothers me, it annoys me, and so now we're going to tackle this and see what we can do.
I think if I had one piece of advice when it comes to small space living, or just in general when it comes to organization, is it's never done. And that might feel a little overwhelming, but I think that we have to try new things in terms of organizing and making our spaces more functional, and live with it for a while and see if it's working. And if it's not working, then we need to adjust. And I know we don't all have tons of time to be doing this, but if you dedicate just a small amount of time to tackle each individual space, I find that helps so much, and you can really feel good about your space. And of course, sometimes you need to think about things, as I said earlier on, that I took inspiration from a Hoosier cabinet, and really it was just more about the functionality of how I use my pantry, what I use it for, my patterns and my behaviors and what I'm doing, and I'm constantly going in there and getting ingredients instead of pulling things out and taking them into my kitchen. So how can I make that work for me? And so I think that we have to think about our spaces in terms of how we're using them and what the best flow is going to be. And of course, it's always nice to do a deep clean too. I think I try to touch all of my spaces this way and do a deep clean probably twice a year. And, I'm cleaning in between, but I'm not pulling everything out and cleaning it, every month or whatever. Maybe I should be, maybe you do. I don't know. I don't do that. Because, there's just everything else going on, but dedicating, a day to really work on certain spaces, especially the ones that I'm in all the time, it has been helpful. And I'm really, really happy with how the pantry turned out this time. Again, it's been an evolution. I've tried different things. I've organized it, even on this channel, I've organized it a few times. I added in these crates, and that was a huge game changer. And so this time around, just making it even better. And so, as I said, if I could just give any advice at all when it comes to small space living and organizing our spaces, you have to try new things, live with them for a while, and then, change them as needed. And I'm always going to take the opportunity, anytime I can, to add a little bit of beauty to a space, even the pantry. I like to add pieces that are functional and serve a purpose, but also add a little something extra. That's going to do it for this episode in my spring cleaning series. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure that you subscribe to my channel. You can also hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I upload a new video. Again, thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you next time.